Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Coming to you live from the National News Studio. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
And I'm Kasini Balachandra Adhikari. Here are your top stories for tonight.
SLFP Politburo meets under the patronage of former President Chandrika. Minister Nimal Siripala has been appointed as acting chairman. At a meeting in Kandy, the president says he's ready to create the change demanded by the young generation. The flyover bridge at Kompanavidya vested with the public. Management of the Expressway network will be changed from today. The Trade Minister assures that there will be no shortage of essential commodities during the festive season. Former Health Minister Kehelier further remanded. Nearly 100 drowned by a boat which capsized in Mozambique. Kamidu Mendes was honoured as the best cricketer in March.
And we move on to those and other stories in detail. In your top local story tonight, President Ranil Wickremesinghe inaugurated the flyover spanning the railway line linking Kompanavidya with Justice Akbar Mawatha and Uttarananda Mawatha today. The rest of the construction work of this project is planned to be completed by the month of September, and the estimated amount for the entire project is over 5 billion rupees. It has been observed that nearly 3 hours of time is wasted daily due to the railway crossing located in Kompanavidya area, which is a very busy commercial city with various institutions including government offices, hospitals, religious places, restaurants and movie theatres. In order to avoid the delay, the construction work of this project, which is implemented by the Road Development Authority, is being carried out by Maga Engineering Company. Transport, Highways and Mass Media Minister Dr. Bandru Gunawardena, United National Party Chairman, Parliamentarian Vajra Abeyewardena, Senior Advisor to the President on National Security and Chief of Presidential Staff Sagala Ratnayaka and a number of officials attended the event.
Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva has been appointed as the acting chairman of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Well, this decision has been taken when the SLFP Politburo met this morning. Well, the meeting was convened since courts had issued an injunction order against party chairman Maithripala Sirisena, preventing him acting as the SLFP chairman. This meeting was held at the Foundation Institute in Colombo, and the SLFP patron Chandrika Kumaratunga was present at this meeting. The SLFP Politburo has 11 members, and out of them 6 were present at this meeting today. They are Nimal Siripala de Silva, Duminda Disanayaka, Mahinda Amarweera, Lasantha Alagiwanna, Veerakumara Disanayaka and Faiza Mustafa. It is reported that Dushmantha Mitrapala, Miru Bhashita and Sarath Ekanayaka and Keerthi Udavatta and Professor Rohana Lakshman Priyadasa did not take part in the meeting. Accordingly, the present 6 members appointed Nimal Siripala de Silva as the acting chairman. Parliamentarian Duminda Disanayaka says that the Politburo has decided to appoint Nimal Siripala de Silva as the acting chairman of the party. The party constitution has been arbitrarily changed to take the authoritarian decisions. This is the major reason for the party's decline. The Politburo members expect to make the SLFP constitution more democratic in future. Former president of the party has not got the advice of former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga.
හැමෝටම තිබිච්ච ප්‍රශ්නයක් තමයි ඇයි චන්ද්‍රිකා බණ්ඩාරනායක කුමාරතුංග මැතිණිය ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ ක්‍රියාකාරී වැඩවලට ගෙන්නන්නේ නැත්තේ කියලා. ඒක මෙතුමියගේ අඩුපාඩුවක් නෙමෙයි. අපේ හිටපු සභාපතිවරයා හිතාමතාම පක්ෂයේ අනුශාසකයා විදියට එතුමියව කිසිම දෙයකට කැඳෙව්වේ නැහැ. අත්හිටවපු කට්ටියට මේ හැමෝටම පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා මේ අලුත් වැඩපිළිවෙලත් එක්ක යන්න.
Former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga says that former SLFP chairman has ruined the party with stubborn decisions. Today, the Politburo has corrected their mistake. Answering a question raised by a journalist, she said that the party can rebuild definitely with the new leadership.
ඒකට මැදිහත් වෙනවද? උදව් කරනවා. දැන් මේ වැඩ බලන මහලේ සභාපතිතුමා පක්ෂේ හරියට ගෙනියයි කියලා ඔබතුමාට විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවද? එහෙම නැත්තම් දාන්නේ නෑනේ. දැන් මෛත්‍රීපාල නිල නැතුව අපලට බහින්නට තරන් යන ඉඩ දෙයිද? මෛත්‍රීපාලගෙන් අපි අහන්නේ නෑනේ. බලගත්තු නෑ ව්‍යවස්ථාව සම්පූර්ණයෙන් අවුල් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ මෛත්‍රීපාල මහතා වෙනස් කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියන්නේ. ඔව්. සමාජගතයෙන් අස් කරලා. කරලා ආපහු ලියුමක් එවස් කරුවේ නැහැ කියලා.
පක්ෂයේ ව්‍යවස්ථාවට අනුව තමයි
State Minister Lasantha Alagivanna says that all these decisions were taken according to the party constitution. The SLFP will become an independent party without backing any other political body. Now, all party officials, including President Maithripala Sirisena, former General Secretary Dayasiri Jayasekara, should get together and revive the party. Acting General Secretary of the SLFP, Dushmantha Mitrapala, expressed his views regarding the meeting today. He says that this is a meeting that was convened today as an illegal, immoral meeting. There is no chairman in the party at present. Therefore, without insulting court, they must respect the injunction order, which is effective until the 18th of this month. It is questionable on which ground the former President Chandrika participated in the Politburo meeting. She is not a member of it. This problem should be solved within court.
පදනම යටතේදී ව්‍යවස්ථාව අනුව එතුමිය මධ්‍යම කාරක සභාවේ සමාජිකයෙකුත් නෙවෙයි ඒ වගේම දේශපාලන මණ්ඩලයේ සමාජිකයෙකුත් නෙවෙයි මේ රටේ නීති පද්ධතිය ඇතුලේ පක්ෂ ව්‍යවස්ථාව ඇතුලේ අධිකරණය තුල මේ ප්‍රශ්නය විසඳා ගැනීම සඳහා අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා කියන කාරණාව මතක් කරන්නට ඕනේ.
Meanwhile, the decisions taken by the SLFP Politburo today has been officially informed to the Elections Commission by the party group, including Duminda Disanayake and Lasantha Alagivanna. Parliamentarian Duminda Disanayake says that they met the chairman of the Elections Commission and informed the newly taken decisions. All the 11 Politburo members are invited for this meeting. Out of them, 6 members arrived at the meeting, which was held mutually with them, and all these measures were taken legally for the well-being of the SLFP. Meanwhile, the injunction order issued preventing Mahinda Amaravira, Lasantha Alagivanna and Duminda Disanayake ousting from the SLFP posts has been extended up to the 24th of this month by the Colombo District Court. The relevant petitioners had pointed out to the court that the SLFP Working Committee's decision to remove these members without any disciplinary action is against the law and requested to make it null and void.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that he became the leader of the country with the heritage of UNP member communities. The president stresses that UNP's vision is to build up the country since independence. The president revealed these facts at a meeting held in Kandy, President's House, addressing a group of UNP party activists.
The president further said that with the crisis situation in 2022, both the country's economy and the political system were disintegrated. Therefore, the president said that his responsibility is to help the people to live disregarding their party politics. Addressing the gathering, the president emphasized the critical decision facing Sri Lanka regarding its program with the International Monetary Fund. He highlighted the country's history of reversing decisions after agreeing to IMF programs and stressed that this represents the nation's final opportunity for economic recovery. The president underscored the importance of legalizing the agreement with the IMF to ensure that its benefits can be realized for the people of Sri Lanka. The president emphasized the collective responsibility of all citizens towards the country and underscored the need for making critical and crucial decisions to address its economic challenges. He emphasized the importance of deciding whether to continue with the current economic system or to bolster the country's economy by prioritizing a competitive export-driven approach. The president emphasized and stressed the importance of avoiding the future economic crisis through strategic economic policies and initiatives. The president expressed confidence in the potential of revitalizing the country's economy, citing abundant physical and human resources available in Sri Lanka. He highlighted the success stories of Sri Lankan businessmen operating internationally and the country's dominance in key sectors, including tea plantation and the apparel industry. The president emphasized the importance of leveraging these trends to transition towards an export-oriented economy, urging attention to be directed towards exploring new fields for further growth and expansion. The president underscored the urgency of the situation, stating that the present moment represents Sri Lanka's final opportunity to revitalize its economy. He emphasized the need for a decisive choice between embracing modernization and progress or risking falling behind. Minister Manusha Nanakara, Senior Advisor to the President on National Security and Chief of Presidential Staff Sagal Ratnayaka, General Secretary of the UNP, Palita Range Bandara and many others were present at this party working committee meeting.
Minister Nalin Fernando stresses that there will be no shortage of essential commodities during the festive season. He states that special traders who hide essential items and charge higher prices. Minister Nalin Fernando said that preliminary measures have been taken to provide essential items without any shortage during the New Year period. Ample stocks of essential goods have been imported to the country and distributed to every corner of the island. Except big onion, all other essential items are available without any dearth. Traders cannot hide stocks and later sell them at higher prices. Eggs are available at a price between 35 to 40 rupees. The ministry expects to conduct raids during the festive season to nab errant traders.
අවස්ථාව තියෙන්නේ විශේෂ අවස්ථාවක් හැරෙන්න බහන්න මිල ඉහළ යන්න අවස්ථාවක් නැහැ. අද බිත්තර රුපියල් 35 ඉඳලා රුපියල් 40 දක්වා එක පාරාසයක් තුල බිත්තර සිල්වර වෙළඳාම තුල මිලදී ගන්න හැකියාව තියෙනවා.
Minister, or rather President Ranil Wickremesinghe stated that the nation is undergoing a transformation and its economy by embracing the changes and chances advocated by the youth.
And this shift is aimed at driving the country towards a rapid development under their leadership. He added that the fundamental legislation pertaining to the establishment of the new economy will be presented to Parliament in May and approved by June. President Wickremesinghe made this declaration yesterday during his address at the Let's Start With Me Kandy District Youth Conference held at the President's House in Kandy. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that if we fail to drive the country towards rapid development, its future remains bleak. It rests upon the youth to determine whether to allow the economy to stagnate, advance it forward or permit its collapse. If the economic agenda of the present government is dismissed, the economy of the country risks another collapse. Not everyone possesses the means to depart the country financially. Thus, it is incumbent upon all of us to collectively bolster the country's economy. The President answered the questions raised by the youth at this occasion. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the youth expressed dissatisfaction with the prevailing economic framework within the country, clamouring for change. We are actively engaged in constructing a new economic model to meet this demand. The foundational laws necessary for this endeavour are anticipated to be presented to Parliament in May and enacted by June. Effecting change in the economy necessitates a corresponding transformation in the country's legal framework. He said that the collaboration of all government departments and corporations is essential in steering the nation towards a rapid economic advancement. If achieving this objective proves challenging, a revision of institutional structures become imperative. Meanwhile, a mutual get-together was held at the Mahavali Reach Hotel in Kandy yesterday with the lawyers in the Kandy area and President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The Parliament has to decide we are going to stay on. Now we have a bad reputation that we go back on all agreements that are made. Sometimes when government changes, sometimes without government changing also. Now that is not there in respect of many other countries. So only way out of that is for the Parliament to legislate the conditions that we have agreed to with our creditors. So that is one. Once we legislate, if you go to change it, that's the end of Sri Lanka. So we have to take some crucial decisions. We can't run away from any of those. Secondly, are we going on with this economy or are we going to export-led economy? That is the second one, which means we have to be very competitive, we have to compete with the rest of the world, and we have to win. I have confidence that we can do it. We look at our businessmen, many of them who go abroad. So if you try it, we certainly can go out, I think. Look at our apparel companies now spread out into different parts of the world. So we have to be export-oriented, think of new areas. Now, if that is the case, which is what I advocate, then there will also have to be similarly a lot of changes in our commercial practices. So that means a lot of laws that have to be modernized. And many of the modern laws are not still being implemented in Sri Lanka. If we are going ahead with being a modern economy, we have to get a digitalized economy. Digital economy means all the laws connected with digitalization. Then we are hoping to have, or we'll also bring the climate change laws and new environment laws. So that's another set of laws on climate change. So we will have climate laws on the new commercial laws, new monetary laws. Then with the present situation, we'll have to have new laws. We are drafting new banking laws. Then we will, as I mentioned, completely new system of laws will have to come into place in the next 10 years once we take this step. It's far-reaching. We'll have to also look at other laws that are in place, some of our commercial laws, change it. And if we are to succeed as a country for investments, we should be able to dispose of our cases very fast.
Continue with more local stories. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that the annual profit of the Expressway is about 5 billion rupees. However, the unsettled amount of loans are at the range of 800 billion rupees. Therefore, all Expressways networks and their assets will be handed over to a 100% state-owned Sahasya investment company to be able to repay this large amount of debts. Well, he made these comments today at a ceremony held to sign an MOU that was between the Road Development Authority RDA and also the Treasury. The minister handed over the relevant appointment letter to the senior engineer of the RDA, KW Kandambi, as the Chief Operational Officer of Sahasya Investment Company. PRB Sumangali of the Transport Ministry has been appointed as the Chief Financial Officer of this company. This expressway network and its assets that are under the Road Development Authority at present will be handed over to the Sahasya Investment Company in future.
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that the government takes the responsibility of maintaining the national road network with the tax money of the public. However, the government believes as a policy that this road network should be maintained more effective manner to earn profits under a commercial base. Accordingly, the Sahasya Investment Company will maintain the expressway network in more profitable manner. This is not whatsoever privatization. This is not handing over the road network to private sector as well. This is also not a sale of state property. Sahasya Investment Company is a 100% treasury-owned company. This can take decisions without delay and in a more effective manner.
Well, a person who is suspected to be the gunman of killing two persons travelling in a three-wheeler at Horana area yesterday was killed by a gun attack early this morning. Police say that this suspect was shot dead at Angamur area in Padukka. Well, the police team had searched the house of the victim based on an information received by the Western Provincial South Crime Division. Since the suspect was not at home at the time of search, the police had set up a roadblock at Angamur Junction and was checking vehicles. At that moment, the motorcycle had passed the roadblock in a suspected manner. Then the police had signaled the rider to stop the motorcycle. The police say the suspect, without stopping the bike, had fired several shots at the police team. The police further said that they also fired at him for self-defense. The suspect had fatal injuries from the police fire and succumbed to his injuries after he was admitted to the Padukka Regional Hospital. The victim has been identified as a 33-year-old Dilanta Lakmal, a resident of Meerigalla area and an Air Force corporal. He is also said to be a member of the Air Force rugby team as well. A special investigation is now underway regarding the incident by the order of the Air Force Command as well. According to the basic inquiries, it has been revealed that the fire has been exchanged between the Air Force Corporal and the police officers. The Air Force Commander says that if the airmen are responsible for any crime, severe action will be taken against them. He further said that the Air Force work cooperatively with the relevant parties for further investigations.
Today is the 8th day of Sundara Nuvareliya's Salalihini Vasanta. Various entertainment programs have been organized in many parts of Nuvarelia, including the Gregory Lake, for those who visit the city during this festive season.
Sundara Nuvareliya Salalihini Vasantaya Spring Fest 2024 Sri Lanka Insurance Life Samga.
There are tens of thousands of visitors arriving in the Nuwara Eliya area these days. They enjoy the environmental beauty of the area. A significant feature held today was the single free motor race. Tomorrow there will be a motorcycle race. The national television will bring all these experiences to your doorstep. Nuwara Eliya Municipal Council has organized numerous programs for the entertainment of local and foreign tourists.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced that a new committee would be established, and that is to coordinate arrangements for the last rites of individuals in accordance with their religious customs, or in fact with the final wishes, including those within the Muslim community. He also expressed his commitment to enacting relevant legislation in the future. Well, these remarks were made during his attendance at the iftar ceremony held yesterday at the Jummah Mosque in Katukale, Kandy. Contributions totaling 10 million rupees from the Kathantuli Mosque, 2.2 million from the Katukale Jummah Mosque and 3.5 million from Muslim foreign employment agencies have been handed over to the President for distribution among affected Muslim community. As Sri Lanka observes Ramadan today, a somber situation unfolds in the Gaza Strip, where the Muslim community mourns the loss of approximately 35 lives. In light of this tragedy, the government decided to forego the National Ramadan Festival this year and allocate the funds to support the people of Gaza. Additionally, a commitment has been made to construct a school in Gaza once the conflict subsides. Our stance remains firm in opposing the dissolution of the Palestinian state, and the government stand in solidarity to end the ongoing conflict. The President said amidst the economic challenges faced by the nation last season, long queues became a common sight, disrupting even the observance of Ramadan fasts. However, the improvement of the economy over the past year today presents us with the opportunity to observe Ramadan and its fasting rituals as usual. During Ramadan, the Muslim community abstains from food and drink, focusing on the virtues of fasting and nurturing moral values. It's noteworthy that Ramadan coincides with the Sinhala New Year, reflecting a culture of inclusivity, transcending racial and religious barriers. Throughout our history, efforts are also underway to regulate madrasa schools under the Ministry of Education, mirroring the oversight of private education. In 2019, steps were taken to address obstacles relating to Muslim literature. The recent pandemic posed challenges to the Muslim community in conducting proper last rites, causing immense distress. To address this, future legislation will be enabled and individuals to carry out their last rites in accordance with their religious beliefs or final wishes, ensuring everyone's right to burial or cremation. We are committed to formulating the necessary regulations, honoring individuals' preferences in this regard, he said.
The President's Fund is in the final stages of providing scholarships to 6,000 economically disadvantaged students who passed the GCE Ordinary Level Examination in 2022-2023. Payments for outstanding installments from March and April 2024 will be paid together with the May payment. Starting March 2024, recipients will receive 24 monthly installments of 6,000 rupees each. The list of selected students will soon be published on the official website, and further details can be accessed through the President's Fund official Facebook page. Additionally, the application period for the Presidential Scholarship Program, which caters to 100,000 students from grade 1 to 11 with economic difficulties, has ended. The list of scholarship recipients is expected to be received by the President's Fund at the regional level next month. Upon receipt of the lists, 12 monthly installments of rupees 3,000 each will be disbursed to the eligible students starting from May 2024.
Well, the Presidential Director General on Community Affairs, Ranjith Kirti Thenakon, says that nearly 200 billion rupees has been paid in 2023 alone to provide relief to the people affected by the economic crisis. He mentioned this while making a special statement to the media today. Presidential Director General on Community Affairs Ranjit Kirti Tenakon says that in the singular year of 2023, a substantial sum of nearly 184 billion rupees is deemed necessary for various aids, loans and allowances under the Samurdhi program, catering to seniors, disabled individuals, patients with kidney disorders and other relief needs. Since President Ranil Wickremesinghe assumed the presidency in July 2022 up to December 2023, he said that some of the development department has disbursed 129.93 billion rupees, with 65.91 billion rupees designated for subsidies benefiting the underprivileged.
The Kolomtata Labapula organised at the Densal Kobakadu Mavata in Batrumulla in view of the New Year opened this morning. This trade fair will be held for 3 days. This trade fair was opened under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. It consists of about 200 trade stalls and is open daily from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. It is significant that goods sold in this fair are cheaper than the items that are available at the local market. This was opened under the concept of Venerable L.A. Gunawanjathera. Prime Minister's Office, Ministry of Local Government and Colombo District Secretariat have jointly organised this fair. A program to distribute incubators to small-scale poultry farmers was held in Piliyandala yesterday under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. Aim of this program was to strengthen rural economy by helping the poultry farmers. A ceremony was held yesterday to mark the centenary of Sri Devananda Dhamma School attached to the Sudharmaratna Rama Temple in Idibatta, Moratuwa. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena graced this occasion as the chief guest, and a book was also launched at the ceremony.
Well, we're moving on to more local news items in brief. The complainant today agreed at the Colombo High Courts to provide some facilities to the dependent Nadun Chintaka Wickramaratne alias Harakkata, who is detained at the old prison in Tangol. The case was summoned today before the High Court, Judge Damit Totawatta. Malikakanda Magistrates Court ordered former Health Minister Kelia Rabukwella, who has been remanded under the charges of importing substandard drugs, to be further remanded until the 22nd. And moving on with more local stories, the 2024 National Convention of the Samagi Buddhi Mandapa and the Policy Dialogue meeting titled Rata Godagan Nuana was held in Colombo last evening under the patronage of opposition leader Sajid Premadasa. The aim of this event and the convention was to discuss the scientific practical policies. Well, that's news at home. Time for a short break and we'll be back with international stories shortly.
The northern coast of Mozambique, said officials from the country's Maritime Transport Institute. The vessel was an overload fishing boat and was not licensed to transport people, and an administrator of Intraman said on state television today. Secretary of State for Nampula province stated that the passengers were fleeing cholera. Furthermore, the boat was overcrowded and was unsuited to carry passengers. It ended up sinking and there were children among the dead as well. Videos posted on social media showed many bodies lying on a beach and some people carrying the bodies of children. Mozambique and other countries in southern Africa have been battling cholera outbreaks since last year.
Well, we have some interesting news from NASA. Well, NASA says that a total solar eclipse where the moon fully blocks the sun will be seen across parts of North America today. The total solar eclipse will begin over the Cook Island in the Pacific Ocean and then move across Mexico and 13 US states before finishing in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. In the eclipse path of the deepest shadow totality, the sky will go pitch black for 4 minutes and 9 seconds. NASA says that this eclipse is rare as it will cover several densely populated cities with some 31.5 million people able to see it. NASA will conduct many experiments throughout the cosmic event, including launching rockets into the eclipse shadow and sending research jet planes to track its path. Today's cosmic event only occurs every 18 months or so and requires the sun, moon and the earth to be in perfect alignment for the moon to cast a visible shadow. The US saw its last total solar eclipse way back in 2017, but astronomers predict the next one wouldn't occur until 2045. Today's eclipse is said to last for 2 hours. Welcome back to the news and heading on to sports news. Kamindu Mendis has been named as the world's best cricketer in March by the International Cricket Council.
And he's the third Sri Lankan who was honoured with this title. He has been selected for this title considering his talents showed in March. The Seah Mark Area of Ireland and Matt Henry of New Zealand were also recommended for this award. Accordingly, through a vote conducted by the ICC at the Sri Lanka Cricket Tour in Bangladesh, Wanidhu Hasaranga and Prabhat Jayasuriya had won this award earlier.
Well, that's a great honour for not only Kamindu but Sri Lanka as well. On that victorious note, we end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs together with Kashmir. This is Clifford wishing you